creature mutated by environmental damage. It's risky tech. Mayor Rob Ford has ordered the troops to stop me or any CBC poking around. Liar! In Vancouver, dozens of members of the East Van Anarcho-Socialist Alliance have been killed trying to overrun City Hall. It is difficult to determine who exactly is responsible for the many deaths. The area's massive hemp industry has inspired violent criminals to infiltrate City Hall. The radical leftist alliances, the marijuana cartels as well, making Vancouver still the most violent and dangerous of Canada's 4 operational cities. In Calgary, Mayor Naheed Nenshi stands by his decision to prioritize Canadians entering the city, which is now one of the richest cities in North America. Its enormous oil and beef-based income and police presence have also made it one of the safest cities, too. Washington has complained that Calgary's distribution of free oil to the 4 cities is not free trade. Oh, yours, Obama! Though Nenshi has maintained that continuing Trudeau's national energy policy is necessary for weathering Canadian winters, and that the monthly amount donated to each city would be consumed in Los Angeles in just a few hours. But as for more, Montreal maintains its delicate détente among separatists and federalists, French and English, and of course 6 and non-6. That's not the same at all. In Vancouver, where the economy and the social fabric are constantly strained, it is believed that the 6 have become cheap labor for crime organizations. How? Calgary has erected enormous facilities for 6 to eat and house themselves. Calgary's catered social housing for 6 was operative in less than 6 months after the magnetization seemed to create the 6 27 months ago, afflicting people seemingly at random. Those 6 are not approachable and resist care. It is important that we remember that they are suffering people. Boo, boring. This, Toronto listeners, brings me to another important matter about how we use language and remember the suffering of others. Shut up! Today, City Hall announced that not 6 were to now be referred to as cleans. Yeah, we're cleans now. This reporter is astonished and sickened that Mayor Rob Ford would use Orwellian language tactics to make us forget those 6 suffering out there. Up yours, bitch! No one is allowed to dictate language so that it smooths the way toward a Canada where 6 are being destroyed for simply not participating in you're ridiculous. Is it down? Called someone from outside our light bar. No, there's nothing wrong with it, except hello, Canada. Hello, citizens of Canada and the 4 cities. It was a familiar voice. It was his voice. The signal was staticky, but getting cleaner. Let me first apologize for our sudden departure 27 months ago. It's Stephen Harper! Screamed a woman. She was shushed. In each of the light tents around us, a woman screams Harper's name and is shushed. In seconds, Harper's voice is the only thing we heard, except for the low, growling reverberations from inside the purple object's body, along with the occasional howl from 6 to the south, or a rifle shot. The Harper government has been forced to take exceptional measures to demagnetize Canada. There is still much to do, and I have little time. First, do not believe the rumors about a war over our resources. They are lies that will weaken our nation's resolve. Do not believe anyone who says our traditional relationship with the United States or Great Britain have been compromised. Their governments, President Obama and King Charles, remain loyal allies who continue to help keep aggressive states at bay. Our job as Canadians, while the magnetization has crippled our nation's communications, is to be prepared for anything and to improve everything we can. Yeah, shush. In Toronto, I agree with you for the loss of your tower, and to Mayor Rob Ford, the thing laid over Front Street is a mere international stunt and an act of vandalism. Be strong, Canada. I won't return until the magnetism's been disengaged. The Harper government salutes its citizens and the 4 cities. Good luck. And so this reporter will not rest until Toronto's mayor faces an international tribunal for his attacks on free speech. Give me a reason to love you, reassumed Beth Gibbons of Portishead in her song. Give me a reason to be a woman. Woo! in the light bars raised our drinks in the air as one and roared. We jumped and hugged. We could hear everyone outside the light bar reacting the same way. Some sitting nearby were cheering and banging off rounds into the air. Dora's arms were around my waist. She took my face in her hands, bringing it closer to hers. Her green eyes were perfect. We kissed as the rare sound of champagne corks popped around us. And that was the international dream.